All right, so here's some more concepts with Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and this is going to break it down for looking for the hypotenuse or looking for the leg. And these are the steps. And the only thing that's different is when we look for the hypotenuse, we add, and when we look for the leg, we subtract. All right, so I'm just going to create an example with this right triangle here. I'm going to have sides of 9 and 12 and solve for C. So that'll be a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and I'll plug in these numbers. And I can put all of this in my calculator at one time. And I get 15. So my hypotenuse is 15. All right, when I solve for a leg, though, I'm going to have to subtract instead of add. So we're just going to create another example problem. And one of the sides is going to be 30, one's going to be 50, and I'm going to solve for the other one. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm just going to plug these numbers in. All right, and when I put it in my calculator, I'll take my hypotenuse and subtract off my other side. The blue second button, x squared, 50 squared minus 30 squared. And that's going to give me that other side length, that's 40. So A is going to equal to 40. So the difference between solving for hypotenuse and solving for one of the legs is I add when I do hypotenuse and I subtract when I do one of the legs. All right, I'm going to do the converse first. All right, so the converse is just me using the formula in a different way. So instead of using the formula to solve for one of the side lengths, I'm going to use it to tell if something is a right triangle or not. Okay, is it a right triangle? All right, so our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and I have to identify c, which is the longest side. So 13 would be my c. So I'd have 9 squared plus 12 squared. Does that equal to 13 squared? So 9 squared plus 12 squared is 225. And 13 squared is 169. Those are not the same number. They do not equal each other. So this is not a right triangle. To be a right triangle, the two smaller sides squared will add up to the bigger side squared. All right, so I'm going to do this again. Okay, my C would be the 17 because that's the biggest number. And so I want to see when I plug these numbers in if it equals or not. So I have 12 squared plus 9 squared is 225. And 17 squared is 289. So are these the same number? Nope, they are not the same number. My equation's not balanced. So this is not a right triangle. All right, so I'm going to do it again. C would be the 15th. The 15, that's the largest side. I'm going to plug these numbers in and see what we get. Well, 9 squared plus 12 squared is 225. And 15 squared is 225. So since my numbers match, they make this equation balanced. So yes, this is a right triangle. All right, last one. This is my C, it's the biggest side. All right, so 12 squared plus 9 squared gives me 225. And I just need to see what 21 squared is. That's 441. They are not the same number, so that is not a right triangle.